Individuals become emotionally invested in the sports that they play or watch. And emotions already exist around sports because it embraces a symbolic significance in our society. The World Cup, the PSL, IPL, Olympics and other world sports events are good examples of how one can experience happiness, despair, anger and tears when cheering for their favorite team or players in just one game. This emotional attachment with sports bring opportunities for brands to double their revenue, and they jump into the race of sponsoring the mega events so that they can relate their products with the spirit of the contest and with the spirit of joy. Hi everyone, this is Shahzad Ahmed and you are watching Enlitend. This video will examine the importance of sports event sponsorship and decode the success story of Nike, that how one can steal the show through innovative social media and public relations marketing campaigns without spending even a single penny on a sponsorship. By keeping in mind the maximum people around the world can get benefit from these videos, we are producing them in different languages. For Urdu, click on the link given in the description. Let's start. Now think about the last time you watched or attended a professional sporting event. Did you see the brand signage in the outfield? Did you notice halftime show presented by HBL, Vivo or Toyota? If so, you have been witness to one of the fastest growing marketing tools in world car sports sponsorship. The PSL 7 and Beijing Winter Olympics have been started, and you're watching that many top, local and global brands are paying billions of dollars in sponsorship, now competing with each other to grab eyeballs on the televisions and the internet. Why such a hefty amount for title sponsorship? Why leading brands are paying billions of dollars to become official sponsors of a game? What is in it for them? Let's take first the example of Vivo. Vivo, before sponsoring IPL, was not a famous brand in Indian market, but after sponsoring the IPL, became the most engaging brand and leading smartphone player in India with an offline market share of 27%. The second one, Dream 11, which bagged the sponsorship rights of IPL 2020 for $30 million after Vivo stepped away for a year, crossed 100 million in registered users during the tournament. And if we discuss PSL, where HBL sealed a title sponsorship deal for an amount of $22.2 million for the next 4 years, which was an increase of 55% from the previous sponsorship deal. Why they increase sponsorship by 55%? And the reason is their successful experience with the PSL. HBL PSL 3 generated the highest media value, close to $120 million, and HBL received more than half of that media value, that is $67.3 million. Similarly, if we look on HBL PSL 2, there was 110% increase in account opening and 73% increase in mobile app registrations. So historically, title sponsorships are often considered the crown jewels of the sports sponsorship programs. However, this golden rule of marketing seems to have been turned upside down at the Olympic Games held in London in 2012. How this happened that turned our marketing strategies to ground inspired me to make this video. In 2012, the London Olympics was going to be held. Brands across the world were fighting for sponsorship rights. Adidas, Nike, Puma, and many more sports companies desperately wanted the official sponsorship title. Finally, Adidas, after spending $150 million, became the official sponsor of the London Olympics 2012. This meant Adidas got a higher advantage over other sports companies in terms of marketing, visibility, and audience reach. So Adidas was in a position that they can easily win the marketing competitions with other brands. To protect sponsorship rights, the London Olympic Committee even issued strict rules and guidelines to avoid ambush marketing by non-sponsors brands. For example, non-sponsors cannot use Olympics rings or Olympic logos in their commercials. They were not allowed to use word London Olympics in their advertisements, and they were also banned to film commercial inside the London periphery. Using two of the following words, games, 2012 or 2012 together was prohibited in advertising by non-sponsors. Despite the strict marketing laws, Nike found three loopholes and launched the campaign Find Your Greatness, which is one of the most creative marketing campaigns in the world history. Nike has a lot to teach the whole world about marketing. This campaign led them to win over Adidas, resulting in driving $506 million in revenue growth without paying a huge amount of $150 million for sponsorship. Most importantly, it got people's moving, increasing Nike membership by 55%. Let's move on towards the loopholes. The first one was Olympic Committee paid little heed to shoe choice and allowed the athletes to pick whichever shoe they wanted to wear. So Nike approached over 400 athletes to wear their shoes. They took it one step further. Normally in Nike products, shoes are usually matched to the athlete's uniform. Not this year. This year, they went bold with a neon green shoe color they call the Vault, which was a total contrast to the athletes' uniforms. This new shoe was designed in such a way that it easily catches the eye of a person. There was a combination of green and yellow colors. Here Nike used the psychology of color. This neon color was easily to spot in the crowd. The second loophole was London in the UK was prohibited in the commercials. So Nike shot their commercials in 28 other locations, including small London city in Nigeria, little London town in Jamaica, London town, Ohio, London School, Qatar, and the Royal London Hospital gym. Smartly, Nike was able to show the word London in their commercials as if they were the sponsor of the London Olympics. Later on, their strategy came to work, and accordingly to the survey done in the USA and UK, most of the people believed that the official sponsor of the London Olympics was Nike. The third loophole was non-sponsors were not allowed to use Olympians in their commercials. Here Nike made his brilliant move and hired teenagers as ambassadors to endorse their brand in the campaign and steal the thunder from the Adidas. Before moving on, let's watch out for the ad.
There are no grand celebrations here. No speeches, no bright lights. But there are great athletes. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is reserved for the chosen few, for the superstars. The truth is, greatness is for all of us. This is not about lowering expectations. It's about raising them for every last one of us. Because greatness is not in one special place. And it is not in one special person. Greatness is wherever somebody is trying to find it.
In the Find Your Greatness commercial, the voiceover highlights that greatness is not simply reserved for the superstar athletes, but is something everyone can achieve. Whether that means finishing the first marathon in London, Canada, or a female Muslim team sharing a celebratory huddle on a soccer pitch at London School, Qatar. The narrator emphasizes people should not strive to follow others' definition of greatness to become great. Instead, they should create their greatness by forming their own path. Now move on to the second ad.
Greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
In second ad, features an overweight teenager slowly jogging on a countryside road. You can hear his footsteps as he progresses down the road and the deep breaths as a result of his strenuous efforts. As the joggers comes into the pictures, the narrator pulls us away from the idea that greatness is reserved for the chosen few and instead inspires us that we too can be great. Both ads end profoundly with greatness is whatever somebody is trying to find it, and greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. While the ads are a brilliant move by Nike, it was the easiest way to make a splash, and that is exactly what it did. The final piece was that every product that could be seen during the games was also available and was placed at prominent positions in stores during the games. In this fashion, Nike make it easy for everyone to think about their own greatness and to find it. As a result, Find Your Greatness Nike campaign led over 5 million views on YouTube, 16,000 tweets associated with Olympics on Twitter, 59,000 followers on social media, and the sweetest point was 37% of the American identified Nike as a sponsor instead of Adidas. In comparison to this, take the stage, Adidas campaigns led over 3.2 million views on YouTube, 9,000 tweets associated with Olympics on Twitter, 12,000 followers on social media, and 27% identified that Adidas is the title sponsor. Of course, the winner is Nike, as it was able to market itself better than Adidas without spending $150 million on sponsorship. Strategy was to align their products with normal athletes, contrary to Adidas' union with professional sports people. Most of the famous advertisements leverage emotions, but Nike's ad, it leverages the emotions of inspirations to communicate its vision. It's well said that people forget what you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. In this case, Nike did its best to make people feel inspired. This Nike commercials challenges the mainstream understanding of greatness and explain that greatness is not a genetic trait, nor something possessed by a selected few. So remember, greatness is not some rare DNA strand. There is no one system or one path that leads to greatness. We are all capable of it, all of us. Mostly companies get the sponsorship rights in professional events like PSL, IPL, and Olympics, but they fail to inspire customers to find their greatness through ads and by using their products. In my 16 years of experience in the sales and marketing industry, I always, being a trainer, told the people that first find your greatness and then help others to find theirs one. Because I'm a strong believer that God helps those more who help others. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to help others and want that they too strive to find their greatness, please share this video with them. Take care of yourself and take care of others too. God bless you.